Here's one thing I know when I look at the Bitcoin chart. In the last month or so, Bitcoin has fallen from this swing high back here, hovering around all-time highs, to close to overbought, to falling and consolidating down into oversold territory. And this is the story for much of crypto right now, this consolidation that has taken place in the last month or so. And we look at total crypto market cap. This relates to whether you're holding Bitcoin, whether you're holding just altcoins, it doesn't matter. This chart is this chart that I've been tracking. And I don't know exactly what's going to happen next in terms of the reversal, the macro continuation of higher highs, higher lows, all-time highs. Remember, we haven't seen even this cycle an all-time high on total crypto market cap. I don't know. But you all know we've been tracking a ton of different data points and indicators that suggest that we are at the very beginning of a continued bull market, very similar to previous Bitcoin halvings and the cycle that happens after the Bitcoin halving. And in this video, I really want to try and just sum up just what is actually happening. Like not just with crypto charts, but within crypto. What is bullish about crypto right now? What is the bullish case for crypto? So hit the subscribe, hit the like, and let's jump into it. I want to start with this post. We're going to be on X a little bit, but we're absolutely going to be dissecting some charts as they kind of pertain to all of these developing stories and sentiment perspectives. So I want to start with this post on XO, market overview of the current state of Bitcoin demand and supply. So here we go. This is a really good summation of it. Miners. So we have miners playing into the story of crypto cycles and where we are in this cycle. German government, ETFs, futures. Right now, I feel like ETFs we've talked so much about, and it's a huge piece of what's happening. But the miners and German government right now are two things that I think are really worth paying attention to, especially in the shorter term. Miner capitulation. Are we there yet? Willy Woo's been tracking this data a lot, and I've been covering his content a lot. He says, nope, we're not there yet in terms of miner capitulation. This Bitcoin hash ribbons chart is what he's really been posting. And he talks about just how if you see this hash ribbon just kind of converging, all these lines together converging, it's kind of like when that ends, that convergence of those lines, a consolidation of those lines, then we can start talking about the next leg up for Bitcoin. And you can kind of see that historically on this chart. And that really is this seemingly the story of higher highs and higher lows. So until hash rate climbs, as seen in a ribbon recovery, the local environment is bearish. Miners are selling off, happens every time after the halving. So again, another piece of data that suggests if we look at the Bitcoin chart, we're right where we need to be in terms of Bitcoin consolidating into halving and after. This is what happened last cycle. If we just look at that chart on the Bitcoin halving and we go to the chart before that and we look at Bitcoin halving 2016, this is what happened. We're just so right on schedule. And this right here is another piece of data that suggests that. So I'm trying to bring into play new perspectives here. So he goes on, right? And that's the story with miners. And then we have this, the star of the FUD, and this is true right now, is the German government selling of their confiscated BTC. And I just want to say, what an absolute fail right now that at this part of the cycle, this is when the German government is selling, and the way in which they're selling, actually. They haven't even been using OTC. So remember the movie 2K guys hodled from 2013, getting way over 100x appreciation to around 3 billion. Germany now has custody. Immediately decides to sell. So, and you can see this is what's happening right now, but let's discuss that German selling real quick. US Bitcoin ETFs are scooping up almost exactly the same amount of Bitcoin that is sold by Germany. We are witnessing, this is huge, a real-time intergenerational transfer of wealth between nations. What a time to be alive. Next week, Germany will have sold all its Bitcoin. So this is a short-term event that I think heavily plays into this chart even more as we track the technical analysis side of it. So Willy Woo says chart risk signal, here we go, is not picking up a bear market. Also, stocks made new highs. TradeFi is still risk on. We have local bearish environment inside of a macro bull market. Local bearish environment. In other words, local bearish environment in a macro bull, that's a higher low, right? It's a higher low. That's what we're looking at right now. And could we go lower? Yeah. But zoom out on a weekly chart, zoom out on a monthly chart. And I really posted this today. I said the best way to win in this cycle is to open up a weekly or monthly chart and make absolutely sure you understand the macro cycles of Bitcoin and crypto. There are a lot of impatient people, and I just said ignore the impatient, entitled, greedy ones who think we should be at all-time highs. We're just getting started. So it really is. This is a higher low. We're watching a consolidation right after Bitcoin halving. It's normal, and you can just see local bearish environment. This is a consolidation and a gift to SAT stackers. And all of this, I just want to say this again because I kind of mentioned in the beginning, we haven't even broken. Total crypto market cap has not even broken all-time high this cycle. All-time high still sits in the last bull cycle. But let's talk about this entire area right here, because there's another just angle I want to talk about. Why bullish? What's playing into the cycle right now that's bullish? I saw this post. Today I got an alpha from BTC Whale who holds billions. He bought 1,400 Bitcoin back in 2014 and kept accumulating until now. Why? Bitcoin is repeating its chart of 2021 one by one. So let's discuss some of this, and we're going to break down a couple pieces of this post, talk about bullish aspects of really crypto right now. But this 2021 move, I thought the post was interesting because it's kind of talking about this move back here. And we've been discussing the similarities as well. If you just look at it from a technical perspective, as far as halvings go, Bitcoin halving right here, Bitcoin halving here, Bitcoin made a move to the upside, fell below the 20-week moving average, right? And saw support at the 50. Right now, we're falling below the 20-week moving average. We're still quite above the 50-week moving average, around 48,000. But nonetheless, we're getting that break right now. But before we dive into that thread a little bit and talk about bullish pieces of data playing into this cycle, I mentioned this probably in yesterday's video or something. But the one thing that just stands out to me is, yeah, those two moves are similar, right? Which is actually, we went higher last cycle. But what makes it so much more powerful is right now, Bitcoin is like 80 days or so after the Bitcoin halving. If we extend this, like 80 days past Bitcoin halving. When Bitcoin made this move back in the last cycle, breaking the 20-week and just consolidating down, we're like 300, almost 400 days after the Bitcoin halving when that happened. This is happening now. There is so much upside room for the bull market that it's not even funny. When we start looking even at the RSI, we've talked about these things time and time again. So I thought it was interesting, this playing into what we've been talking about on this YouTube channel. Let's call BTC Whale that he's talking about Billy. Billy, why do you keep accumulating bags? And here we go. Look at this. All panics due to Mt. Gox, right? Germany, just talked about it, and USA. But it's just shaking out like it was in 2021. And again, this is true if you look at the chart below. And we just looked at the chart. There's a lot of similarities. Don't you think the similarity of the similar patterns of past years is not enough? Of course, it's not enough. So then why? What are the bull run factors? U.S. elections. Both candidates speak about crypto, and one even promises that he will implement it. Obviously, Trump building a pro-crypto army to really, really face off against Biden's anti-crypto army, because that's what Biden has done. It's too late for Biden to come out and just trying to all of a sudden be bullish on crypto. Fundamental VCs. BlackRock is the largest investment company that owns assets worth $10.5 trillion. Recently, they joined crypto and partnered with Coinbase for RWA investments. We all know the story with institutions in BlackRock. BTC ETFs. BTC ETF was successfully launched and already brought $70 billion into crypto. I mean, we just looked at Germany's selling all this Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ETFs are scooping up pretty much almost the exact same amount. There is an absolute transfer of wealth happening right now before our eyes. So here are just multiple different things playing into these cycles, and here we are. We're still sitting here early on in this cycle when we look at a Bitcoin chart. When we look at a total crypto market cap chart, zoom out. Again, I don't know what cryptos you hold, but look, just a little bit post Bitcoin halving in 2016, where total crypto market cap was and where it went. Just a little bit past post 2020 Bitcoin halving, where was total crypto market cap, and then where it went. And now we're just a little bit past 2024 Bitcoin halving, where we are right now, and what is possibly in store. There is no guarantee that consistency will hold true. There's no guarantee. But if you're here long term and you study this data and you see this consistency, and we do have the foundation set. We have all these bullish indicators. We have bullish events happening. We have a transfer of wealth happening. I think it's a good idea to pay attention and be patient. Those are my thoughts today. I wanted to just take a little bit of a different perspective and look at these markets. But crypto in general, I think it's looking really bullish on the macro. And I need to find a new word for bullish, but I'll figure that out. And we'll continue tracking these markets. Appreciate you watching. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Please turn notifications on. Coming out with that crypto news, crypto analysis, all that good stuff. And I appreciate you cruising through. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.